Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say hello. Today I'm going to be doing September's Boxy Charm review. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready and talk you through the pieces that I got in this month's Boxy Charm. You're going to have to ignore my dog, who's currently chewing on something. And also, I'm not feeling 100% today, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. You're also going to have to ignore my pile of laundry over here because honestly, I have to get going soon and I don't have time to do all this cleaning and stuff. So everybody has laundry. Y'all just ignore it. And if you can't ignore it, then that's fine. Just focus on my face. Okay, so basically, yeah, we're just going to go over this month's Boxy Charm. This was a really good box this month. The only thing I'm not going to review, let me grab it. Okay, I'm back. I shouldn't have said not review. The only thing I'm not going to be putting on my face today is this that came in the box. It's the Dr. Brandt Hydrobiotic Recovery Sleeping Mask, but I actually did use it last night. You just wash your face and before bed you put it on, and it's a thick, kind of a really moisturizing sleeping mask. And actually it worked really, really well because I have these horrible things on my face that has popped up, and last night they were not looking very great, and this morning they're looking a lot better. So I know that the moisture in that has helped. I'm going to try to stop touching my face every 5 seconds because I realize that's probably distracting, but I just trimmed my eyebrows and shaved the excess hair on my face. So I feel like it's everywhere. But that'll stop, I promise. The only thing I've done so far is prime my skin. So because we didn't get any primer or foundation or anything like that, and no eyebrow products this month, I'm going to be right back after I do my eyebrows, and then we will jump in with the rest of the products. And I'll kind of skip around and I'll tell you what did come in the box and what didn't, so you'll know what I put on my face. What you watch me put on my face is only going to be the things out of the box. I won't make you watch the whole rest of the face thing. That'll come later. So anyway, I will be right back. All right, welcome back. I just spent like 5 minutes talking to my phone and it wasn't even recording. Just a little taste of what you can get here. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to go in with 2 things that came with the box this month. I went ahead and did my eyebrows, but other than priming my face, I haven't done anything else except for a little bit on my eye, which I'm going to get to in just a second. What we got this month was the Violet Voss Essentials palette. It's a gorgeous palette, absolutely fine. The colors in it are really, really beautiful. They don't come off quite true in the camera, but almost. I mean, you can get pretty much a basic idea. It's not exact, but anyway, I'm also going to be using the Moda Pro 5-piece eyebrush set that came. They're really awesome. I really like them. I got really excited as soon as I got them out of the box. Got them out of their little package. You can't really see very well on there. It's more or less focusing on my hand instead of the brush. Oh well, we'll get better. So I've never used these before. I just got them out of the pack. They feel really good in my hands. Moda makes really good brushes 9 times out of 10. So I'm excited to use them. The handle on there looks braided. Kind of like, I'm trying to think of what the word would be. Like, they look like tough and metal, and you can hear that. They're very textured. That's not just the design on them. They're actually textured, which I like. So we're going to dive right in on as I was doing before I realized that the second part of this wasn't even recording. So I'm going to use their fluffiest brush, and it's called the crease brush. It's the BMX 430. And usually I go in with a brush a little bit fluffier than this when I'm starting out with crease or all over lid color. But I'm hoping it'll open up a little bit as I use it. I already went ahead and did this color. It's called Sand. there. I'm doing that as an all over lid color. And I already went in on this other eye while I thought I was recording, but I was not. There's a little kick up in the pan as soon as I tapped it, but it does seem to have a really nice color payoff. Not so pigmented that it's hard to blend, because it seems to be blending quite nice. It's just pretty much a plain sand color. All of the names on this, in this palette, they're not named anything weird, like, you know, normal, most makeup palettes, they come up with all kind of stuff, all kind of names that have absolutely nothing to do with the color. But these are pretty basic. Cream, sand, terracotta, gold, emerald, cinnamon, plumberry, dusty rose, pink, and black. So no fanfare here, which is fine and kind of refreshing, so that I don't have to, they're easier to remember. I don't have to dig that hard to try to remember when they named it. I almost said roseberry as a name that is ridiculous to try to remember, and literally two of these are called Dusty Rose and Plumberry. Maybe I should just move on. Okay, so the next color I'm going to go in with is the terracotta right here, and I really like this palette so far, because it has neutrals in it. Now, most palettes that we get with Boxy Charm don't normally have a ton of neutrals. They are usually pretty much packed full of color, which is fine. I love a good colorful palette. Not all of my palettes need to have neutrals in them. I'm fine with that. But it does make it nice whenever I'm trying to just go through my makeup and not have to switch between 2, 3, 4 palettes to make sure I get the colors that I want and the neutrals that I need. So basically, I'm just filling in this crease a little bit with this terracotta. I swapped to this brush called the Shade Brush, which is the BMX 466 that came in that. I'm going to try to stick to just the brushes that came in this, because it looks, there's 5 brushes. It looks like there's enough here that I can kind of go through everything and say, and so I can go through each brush and get all of my my eye makeup done with these brushes, and not swap out to another one. But if I do swap out to one that I own, I will hopefully remember to let you guys know. So far, I'm liking the brush. It's pretty flat, and it's more made for like packing color against your eyelids. So it's not doing exactly what I wanted, but this one is not, it's just not quite fluffy enough. I need something a little fluffier, like this one. This is called, this is from I Miss Glam. I just remembered what the name is. I actually can't read it on the side because I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, usually I go in with a brush that's a little fluffier, like this, when I'm first starting out with trying to get things all over my lid, or, you know, started at my crease. And as you can see, it's a good bit fluffier than this one. I'm hoping that these brushes will open up some once I start using them, the ones that I need to open up anyway. So yeah, I'm going to try again with the terracotta, and I'm going to try to just pack it instead of sweep it. I was hoping it would be a little fluffier, but it's not quite. This terracotta color, the sand colors seem to apply quite nicely and quite easily blend. This terracotta feels like you need to kind of work with her a little bit more. There, that's slightly better. So yeah, I don't really have a plan in mind for this. For this eye look, I'm kind of just going off of what colors I want to use. The outfit I'm going to wear today is fairly fall colored, so I'm not really that concerned. I'm not really that concerned with whether or not it matches exactly. So yeah, we used those two. Now I'm trying to decide what other colors I want to use. I know I want to use this gold color on the center of my lid. I know I want to do that. I don't think I'm going to go dusty rose, but I don't really want to go deep cinnamon either. I guess I'm going to use, here we go, the third brush in this palette, which is the detail brush, and it's the BMX 420. And so I am going to use this cinnamon color right here. And basically, it's just a small rounded brush. And I'm going to dip into this cinnamon. There's a little kick up, but that's not bad. Tap it off, and I'm going to just kind of go right here in the corner and just give myself a little bit more of a shadow. This is nice. This is a nice little brush for getting in those corners. It's packing in there really nicely. I usually have an issue with brushes that are either too big or too small to get down here in this corner, but this one seems to fit right nice into the corner, and it lifts the pigment off of the palette very nicely and then displaces it pretty much exactly where I want it. Just nice. I think I'm going to drag it in just a hair, just to make sure we've got some shadow going. And then after I do my face, I'm going to bring it down underneath my eye, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, it's coming off on camera a little bit bolder. I'm not going to say a little bit bolder, a lot more bolder than it is in real life. These colors on camera look very brown and orange, but in person, they're not that dark. But anyway, so I used these two, and this one. And then now I think I'm going to try to wrap it up, and I'm going to use some of this gold on my lid, and I'm going to use some of this, is it called cream? It is. Cream shimmer in my crease. Now, yeah, I mean, not in my crease, in my tear duct. So I don't know if you can see on screen, on camera exactly, but this one and this one and this one, this one and this one are all matte, and the others are all shimmer, and they are gorgeous. I didn't do a swatch for you guys, but honestly, I'm fixing to head out the door when I'm done with my makeup, and I don't want to take forever to do all the swatches. So if you want me to do that next time in the next box, maybe I'll do that. But honestly, a swatch doesn't mean a whole lot to me because I don't put makeup on my arm with my fingers. I put it on my eyes with a brush. So while you can really kind of tell how pigmented something is with a swatch, I'm not a huge fan of it to be able to tell what it's going to look like or how it's going to perform on my eyes. So I mean, if you guys want swatches in the future, I can definitely do that. But as of right now, with me being in a hurry and with them not being able to tell me a whole lot about how they're going to play on my eyes, I'm going to skip that part. So now that I've just said I don't put things on my face with my finger, I'm probably going to use my finger to do this gold on my lid. But hold on, let me double check. Okay, we have 2 brushes left that I need to use in some capacity. This one is called the Smudger, which is thin and short and stiff, which is what you need in a smudger. But I don't normally use smudgers like this to do my smudging. I actually have a little tool that I'm very partial to that I use for almost all of my smudging, but I will try to make sure I use this one today. So because I don't have a tool in this 5-piece set that I would put this gold on with anyway, I'm not going to try to use one of my others. I'm just going to use my finger. I try to use my ring finger whenever I put makeup on my eyes because it puts the most pressure on my actual lid and my eye, because it's your weakest finger. It's the finger people use the least. So I'm going to go in with this gold. Isn't that gorgeous? She talks 20 minutes about how she's not a big fan of swatches, and then she brags on a swatch. So I'm going to just pack this onto the round globe part of my lid because I just want some shimmer here. I don't want it to be insane. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. It went from my finger to my lid very, very easily. The pigment is beautiful and it's blending really nicely. Yeah, I love that. I love it a lot. Okay, this is gorgeous. This makes me want to use more colors in the palette. And honestly, if I had more time, I would do one of those where I try to use every single color in the palette in an eye look, but I don't have that much time. And I think as long as I use some of the mattes, some of the shimmers, all the formulas are pretty much going to be the same. They're going to be pressed the same. They're going to be, for the most part, they're going to react the same. So I don't have to give you guys a tour of the entire thing. And I'm actually kind of using some of the more basic colors, which is kind of boring. But in the future, my makeup is very rarely basic, so hang around. All right, now I'm going to use the cream with my finger. And I'm going to get right here in the corner. That's nice. That's a nice little bright glow right there. Yeah, I like that a lot. A lot. Okay, and then I'm going to do right up here. I don't tend to do a lot of my makeup with my fingers, as I already said. So I already stated, and here I am. I've done 3 spots on my eyes with just my finger. But they are spots that people tend to use their fingers for. You can't really see it under my brow bone, which is fine. I don't want it bright and bold and like insane. I want it to be pretty natural and just kind of a natural highlight up there. So yeah, I'm going to do some more underneath my eyes, but I'm actually going to have to come back for that and use these other 2 brushes. Right now, I am going to take a break from you guys, and I'm going to put on my foundation and such and powder and all of that because we didn't get any of that in this month's Boxy Charm, so I'm not going to review. There's nothing for me to review on that end. And we have 3 more products to go, so I'll be right back with a face full of makeup. Okay, I'm back. So I went ahead and did my face. I like to finish my eye look, know exactly what I'm doing with my eyes before I move on to cheeks and such, highlighter and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up my eyes. I'm going to use the smudger that came with the pack. And I am going to actually go down with this cinnamon color, just a hair. I'm going to use that again and kind of just sweep under my eyes just to give it an extra little bit of shadow and connect it to the top lid. I'm going to kind of just touch to the top up here because I did kind of make it a straight line, which I like to do when I clean up my makeup. But I'm going to blend that out and make it a hair softer and do that actually on both eyes. Ugh, I got a little too much over there. I'm going to attach that up here and bring it down. Make it look like it was on purpose. I remember when I was little, I was at a, oh, that looks horrible. Gotta fix that. I remember when I was little, I was at VBS, which is a little vacation Bible school. It's a little church thing, if you don't know. And I remember I was making something artistic, and I messed up. And the lady came. There was a lady that was helping. I don't remember who she was. She had to have been somebody from my church that I went to when I was little, but I don't remember who she was. Maybe she was just a volunteer. Anyway, I was upset because I had messed up my project, whatever it was I was doing, my little art piece. And she came over and she was like, now I'm not an artist, but I've heard if you mess up, just pretend like it was on purpose. And I wish I could remember who that person was, but I have remembered that for God, I'm 30, so I was probably 5 or 6. So 25 years, I've remembered that saying. If you mess up, pretend like it was on purpose. And I do it all the time. So, yeah. We're going to pretend like that was on purpose. And I think I may have salvaged it. It's still out a little farther than I would have liked to have went, but we're going to ignore that for today. Okay, now I'm going to use that same, what's it called? Shader? Smudger. I'm going to use that same thing, and I'm going to go into this Dusty Rose, and I'm just going to, oh, that didn't kick up hardly at all. I'm just going to bring that a little bit farther in to finish it out, so it's not it's not harsh. There. Just to kind of give it a nice little smudge. Come down here, pull that Dusty Rose down this way. Yeah, I like that. Not bad at all. Okay, am I gonna do anything else with this part, or should I skip ahead? No, actually I am, almost forgot. I'm gonna use the liner brush. It looks nice and thin and very stiff, which is very good for a liner brush. But before I go in with liner, with any liner brush, I like to wet it. So with some kind of spray product. That was probably too many squirts for such a tiny brush, but oh well, go big or go home. So I'm going to go down here with this black in the palette, and it looks like just a flat matte black. And this, people say, you know, how well the black comes off in a palette is what tells you whether or not you're going to use this palette again and again. Looks very nice so far. Nice and pigmented. I'm going to pack that into just a regular line. Not going to do anything fancy today. Just a regular line at the lash line. I gotta say, I'm not usually a huge fan of the angled liner brushes. I have a flat liner brush that I think I got in a Boxy Charm several months ago, and I use it constantly. I just like the flat edge better. Angled I don't use as much, but I like this one so far. I like that wetting it beforehand, make sure it picks up the product, and it so far is packing on the pigment on my eyes very nicely and very tight. It is not spreading to anywhere I don't want it. Because you know, sometimes they look nice and thin and tight on the end of the brush, and then when you go to put it on your eyes, they go and kind of like bulge out a little bit, or the bristles bend. This is not doing that. This is being excellent, actually. And like I said, I'm not going fancy this time, just a black line. And I'm gonna keep it a little smudgish. I'm not gonna worry. Ooh, what is the deal with this corner of my eye today? Look at this. What is this? Why did it do that? So I'm going to bring this down and connect it to those colors we did underneath. And I'm going to bring it out to the slightest little baby line out to the side. Just a hair of a cat eye with shadow, and keep it nice and soft. And I probably wouldn't have even done that, but I have to fix this side. This ridiculous side of my, oh, for some reason my left eye is just not behaving today. And I am adding a little bit of this onto my waterline. Some of that was already there simply because the water from my eyes picked up on some of the shadow. in the corners and drag it out there on its own, which is fine. I mean, you do you, I guess. It's less waterline work than that I have to put in. But I am going to make sure that's nice and smudged. Now I need to try to fix this little thing over here. I don't know why you have to be so difficult today. There, that seems to be better. Not perfect, but try to smudge it out so it doesn't look ridiculous. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, I've used all the brushes. I've used all I'm going to use in this palette. So the next couple of things that we have are a lipstick and a highlight. So I'm going to be right back with some of the rest of my face on, and we'll do those. All right, here we are. I added my bronzer, my blush, I gelled up my eyebrows, and I added some mascara. So, and I also sprayed my face because I like to do these last two steps after my face is sprayed with setting spray. So it's on its last little steps of drying right now, but I think for the most part, everything is dry. So yeah, another thing that we got in this month's Boxy Charm was Laura Geller, New York, and it is the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator Peach Glow. So I'm really, really excited. I actually let my daughter swatch this last night. She wanted to stick her finger in there and see what it looked like. So I did let her do that. And I kind of expected, with it saying gelato, I kind of expected it to be really mushy, you know, kind of like those, I think Maybelline made them the mousse. I think it's Maybelline. Made the mousse things a while back. Actually several years ago. I kind of expected it to be kind of squishy and pop up kind of like that, but it's not. It's actually pretty firm. So I'm really excited about this color. It's gorgeous. I love peach, especially in the summer and the fall. They're just gorgeous. So I'm excited about this. So I'm going to hit the apples and some of my apples of my cheeks and some of my cheekbones, and then kind of head here and kind of see how this goes. It's pretty firm under my hand. I'm obviously not going to squish down into it, but it's pretty firm under my hand. It's a really, really pretty color. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, I like this. It's definitely not blinding. It's almost not a highlighter. I mean, it's called Illuminator, so I'm assuming that's their goal here, was to have it look like a highlighter. It definitely, I would say it catches the light, but it's not like, bam. It's not like I said, I almost wouldn't call it a highlighter. Maybe Illuminator, they were just trying to say, make sure to get the apples of my cheeks. Maybe they were just trying to say, like, it's a little different, maybe a little less than a highlighter. Because when I do highlight, I want it to I want the light to hit it and be like, ding! And this is definitely not like that. This is definitely softer. But you know what? I like it. It's soft. It's natural. I really love the color. I'm pretty happy with this, honestly. If you're looking for a highlight, like that's something that's going to catch the light, this is going to catch the light, but it's definitely not going to draw a ton of attention to your face. You're not going to be blinding people, but I like it. Tap the end of my nose, this little line right here on the bridge, just to catch, and a little bit on my Cupid's bow, just a hair. Maybe if I built it up and built it up and built it up, it may do that. But honestly, I'm happy with what I have right now. Maybe it needs a lot of build up, but I don't know. I don't really see how it could change that much the more you put on it, but I like it. All right, so the very last thing that we got in this month's Boxy Charm is a MAC lipstick, and it's actually called a Frost lipstick. And I remember in the 90s, my older cousins who were allowed to do their makeup, I was not yet. I remember the frosty lip was a huge deal in the 90s and early 2000s. But, and because all that is coming back now, I guess MAC wanted to, you know, jump in on that. There's a hair. There's a something. It never freaking fails that I get something in my eye after I do my eye makeup. Always. Okay. So this is a MAC lipstick, and it's a frost lipstick, and it's the color CB96E97. And it just says frost otherwise than that. And it looks really red on screen. It's not red in person at all. It's a lot more brown. It's kind of like a copper color. On camera it's red, but it's not in real life. I'm gonna see what it looks like on my lips on camera, but it may have a hint of rose to it, but it's definitely just like a coppery rose in real life. On camera, it looks red. It looks very orange red. Really wish you guys could see this color the way it actually is. Maybe I'll be able to like attach a picture or something. I don't know. But it's not this red. It almost looks like coral peach on camera. And right here in this mirror and in off camera, I would not call this coral or peach. It almost has like a brown tint to it. That's crazy. Let me see. What if I change the light? If I change the lighting, will it look more? Oh, that's very brown. This is closer. Okay. This is definitely closer. It doesn't do a ton for putting on makeup. It's a little too warm for that. But the shade on my lips right now is a lot closer to what it looks like in person. This is also not bad. It still looks very coral. And in person it's really not like that. Anyway, okay. So yeah, those were the 5 products. Again, I'll go over them with this little handy sheet of paper. It was the Violet Voss Essentials palette, this one, which I did on my eyes. The MSRP for this is $29. The Dr. Brandt Hydrobiotic Recovery Sleeping Mask, which I used last night. The MSRP on this is $52. The Moda 5-piece brush kit right here is MSRP is $27.95. The MAC Frost lipstick is MSRP is $18.50, and the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator right here, and the MSRP on that one is $26. Hold on, I'll figure it out. Actually, no, because my calculator is on my phone, and I'm worried that if I go to the calculator, it will stop this recording, and I need it to be all one piece. So, no, I'm not going to figure that out, but $29.52, $27.95, $18.50, and $26, you can tell right off the bat is a lot more than $21, which is what you pay every month for Boxy Charm. So you get a ton of makeup. Usually it's around between $100 and $150 worth of makeup, and you get it for $21. So yeah, it's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite parts of the month is getting my Boxy Charm, and I hope you guys got a little bit of, you know, info out of this. Maybe just, you know, you needed something to do for half an hour and you decided to watch it. I'm really glad that you did. I hope you guys will return next time. And yeah, I'll be putting out a few more of these. So I will see you guys next time, hopefully. Oh, wait. Okay, that's better. So yeah, I will see you guys next time, and thank you so much for watching. This is something I wanted to do for a while. I don't even know. I don't know how many I've actually recorded already and never had the gumption to post before. So I'm hoping this one goes up. No, we'll go up. We'll go up. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll stop checking out. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.